Good morning. Today I am going to discuss about alloys. First introduction. Generally metals are insoluble in organic solvents like water, alcohol. A metal can dissolve in another metal in molten state, forming a homogeneous liquid mixture, which on cooling it solidifies to a solid mixture is called alloy. So alloy means it is a combination of one metal plus non-metal or two metal. Example, tin and lead. Alloys are formed not only by metals among themselves but also by metal and non-metal. From the above explanation, it is clear that an alloy contains at least one metal is very essential. So definition for alloy: homogeneous solid solution of two or more different elements, one of which at least is essentially a metal. Alloy containing mercury as a constituent element are called amalgam. Example, sodium amalgam. Then properties of alloys. Alloys are harder, less malleable and possess lower melting points. Then alloy possess low electrical conductivity. They resist corrosion and the action of acids. That means chemically inert. Then importance or need or purpose of making alloys. Pure metals possess some useful properties such as high melting point, high densities, malleability, ductility, good thermal and electrical conductivity. The above properties of a given metal can be improved by alloying it with some other metal or non-metal. The purpose of making alloy is, first point, to increase the hardness of the metal. Generally, pure metals are soft but their alloys are hard. Example, gold and silver are soft metals but they are alloyed with copper to make them hard. Then addition of 0.5% of the arsenic makes lead so hard and used for making bullets. Then addition of 0.15 to 2% of carbon to iron for getting steel hardness is improved to it. Second one, to lower the melting point of the metal. Alloying makes the metal easily fusible, that means lower the melting point. Example, Wood's metal, that means an alloy of lead, bismuth, tin and cadmium melts at 60.5 degrees Celsius, which is far below the melting points of any of these constituent metals. Third one, to resist the corrosion of the metal. Metals in pure form are easily corroded, but it can be combined with any other metal or non-metal. It automatically formed a alloy. It is useful for the corrosion. Pure iron gets rusted, but when it is alloyed with carbon or chromium, that means stainless steel, it resists the corrosion. Then fourth one, to modify chemical activity of the metal. Chemical activity of the metal can be increased or decreased by alloying. Sodium amalgam is less active than sodium, but aluminum amalgam is more active than aluminum. Next one, to modify the color of the metal. The dull colored metal are improved by the addition of some other metals. That means by alloying to modify the color of the metal. Brass, it is an alloy of copper and zinc, is white color. Then next one, to get the good casting of metal. Some metals expand on solidification but are soft and brittle. The addition of other metals produce alloys which are hard, fusible and expand on solidification and thus give good casting. Example, an alloy of lead with 5% of the tin and 2% of the antimony is used for casting printing type due to its good casting property. Then functions or effects of alloying element. So addition of small amount of certain metals like nickel, chromium, molybdenum, manganese, silica, vanadium and aluminium imparts some special properties like hardness, tensile strength, resistance to corrosion and coefficient of expansion on steel. So such products are known as special steels or alloy steels. This is the functions or effect of alloying elements. First one is nickel. Effect on properties: fine grains are produced, coefficient of expansion decreases, corrosion resistance increases. It is used for making balance wheel. Similarly, chromium for making surgical instruments. Then tensile strength, depth hardening and resistance to corrosion are increased. Then nickel, chromium, then manganese, vanadium manganese for making grinding wheels, steering spindles and rails, vanadium used for making crack pins, heavy locomotive forings, pistons are example. Then nickel and chromium, tungsten, molybdenum for making high speed tools, for making cutting tools, permanent magnets, etc. Thank you.